Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibilities, and these were the women's. They also contributed in the development of novel. They have to make a sensitive character in the point of view of the feminine point of view. They focus on the emotion of the women and many other angles of the we can say family's life in their novels. You know about that. In the 19th century, the most prominent writer of the 19th century is, yes, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens also contributed a lot. We can say that it was the most important one. And that was we write down the Charles Dickens. नाम तो सुना होगा मेरे दोस्त. The same way, the Charles Dickens is also contributed in the field of, because here now the sentimental realism, he become the realistic, and here there was charge on the novel. That novel was not what is the contribution of novel in the development of in the field of the development of the nation or youth. So here he can give because the novel of Charles Dickens put the compulsion on the government. Yes, my dear friend. Put the compulsion on the government to change their law about we can say that education law about the orphanages, law about the farming, law about the industry. And here Charles Dickens' realistic work, David Copperfield's Hard Times, Tale of the Two Cities, and many much more, my dear friend. These are the work highly influence the people, and they are focused on the reality of the England, and those are the we can say drawfalls of the English government. And due to his literary work of art, here he became master of the Pickwick paper. How can I forget the name of that? It is we can say that a gallery of the character, a number of the character he had in a Pickwick paper. He was one of popular. He was master of the art of characterization, and he was a master of how to knitting the plot very masterfully that create the impact on the mind of the readers. He writes he was a propaganda kind of the writer, pracharak kind of lekha. He has literary work art. They have to break the propaganda in the society, and he was to put the compulsion a government to reform the law of that work, and he's contributed more in the field of English literature. And during that time we have to dear friends, that due to lack of the time, there was a number of the other we can say that Sir Walter Scott, the development of historical novel, Horace Walpole, the Gothic novel, and then we have to come forward to the 20th century. And 20th century we can say about the development of the 20th century. Here I have to write down Dickens in the 20th century. There are a number of the other writers, and here know about the two legendary writers. Yes, who developed a new technique in the field of literature, Virginia Woolf and James Joyce. And in the 1920, the year of 1920, the 20th century, and due to the First World War and Second World War, there are we can say the traditional style of the writing of the we can not only the literary work, we can say the writing the novels, but also totally change the trend of writing the traditional kind of writing in the not only the novel but also the poetry, drama, and many other form of novel, because the total due to the First and Second World War, the scenario of the World War totally changed, my dear friends. And due to that, what happened that there was a new technique. A human being was thinking about much and more. And that's why Virginia Woolf in 1922, The Lighthouse, Jacob Rooms. Other side, James Joyce, Ulysses, the portrait of the young artist. And that was his two literary work. And they used the new technique based on the psychoanalytical theory of Sigmund Freud, William James, and their technique is the stream of consciousness novel. And this technique was developed by the 20th century, and during the time we can say that number of the other writers, but here we have to discuss about those are the important ones. And here I have to try to, my dear friends, conclude the whole of once again I have to say, remember, in your mind, dear friend, Unit 1, there are the two topics, different method of narration was a single topic, we discussed about that. And second topic is novel as a form of literature, and it has a two questions. First question is the history of novel, or we can say rise of novel, development of novel, 18th century novel. Any question asked by the examiner in the paper if you have to give the descriptive exam. So these are the question 1, and we discuss about it. And second question is define, or in the next video I discuss about define novel and silent characteristic of novel. Okay, here we can say that there was whatever there was a history of, we have to write down in the 16th or 17th century, onlooker or Pilgrim Progress, Don Quixote. These are the novel. They have to sometimes some of the critics consider them as a novel, but the Cadiz goes to as the first novel writing Samuel Richardson Pamela, or Virtues Rewarded. And we can say that which are the silent future we have to inspire to write down the new form of literature, dear friends. And these are the, we discuss about that. Those are the elements we have to inspire the writing the novel. First one, that decline the drama in the 18th century. Due to 17th century, we can say low on cheap kind of the drama of comedy of manners. People are exhorted, or particularly middle class was exhorted this kind of the drama, who has the center theme was the love, intrigues and sex, and that's why decline of the drama inspire the poet to write down to write something new, and they are the beginning of the birth of the novel. And second thing, we can say that there was the rise. Here we can say that the rise of the middle class, because due to the industrial revolution or under the East India Company, the Britain ruled over the whole of the world, and middle class was gradually uprised, and the interest of middle class was that in this kind of the work, and that was the free women due to the Richardson first novel Pamela, and due to Pamela's Clarissa, Emily, and the other ones. These are the work of the Richardson Henry Fielding. They move around the female emotion. And these are the words highly interested by the woman, and this new form of literature become too much popular in the hand of female, or we can hand of woman. And then later on we can say that due to their middle class literary race was upgrade, and due to the Caxton invention of the printing machine, there was the number of the book was market was easily available, and during the beginning of the industrial revolution, novel as a pocket theatre. It's easy to the any people or any person, women or we can say middle class people. They have the time, they can read their novel from there just like a pocket theatre. Come outside from their overcoat and read the one chapter of you, whatever the time. And these are the characteristics, or these are the elements or causes we can give the rise to the novel. Then we can discuss about the contribution of the novel. The credit goes to the first novel writer as a Samuel Richardson Pamela. It is written in the epistolary or series of letter style of writing. And then we can also write down the Clarissa. Both are his masterpiece. And on them, then we can become the Henry Fielding, who as a dramatist began his career as a dramatist, but he was unsuccessful. And due to the decline of the drama, from Richardson he also inspired, and he write down he can try to mockery or parody of the Pamela. He wrote the Joseph Andrew. But later on, Joseph Andrew become the new form, comic epic in form, a comic epic in prose, a new kind of the form developed by. And then he also write down the other Emily and Samila. And Henry Fielding, the masterpiece work is Yes My Dear, Tom Jones. Here he also gives contribution to the picaresque novel. Then Toby Smollett, he can write out here more about the real friend, but Roderick Random. And in the Roderick Random he also gives sentimental realism, just like Henry, just like Samuel Richardson. And later on the Lawrence Turns Tristan Cindy is a new time of the form, a picaresque kind of the novel, a picaresque youth, and he can also, how can we forget our first superstar hero, Daniel Defoe, Robinson Crusoe. It was also picaresque style of the writer. Or Bloomsbury hero. There was hero was born in a poor class family. He can struggle a lot, and finally he can overcome this struggle so difficulty and become victorious. Yeah? A Bloomsbury or વિજય hero, or you can say that picaresque એક સામાન્ય વર્ગનો હીરો હોય, એક એને જીવન દરમિયાન ઘણી મુસાફરી કરે, બહુ મુશ્કેલીઓ વેઠી અને મુશ્કેલી વેઠ્યા પછી છેલ્લે આ બધી મુશ્કેલીઓ પર એ વિજય મેળવી અને આ રીતે નવલકથાનો વિકાસ થતો હોય છે. And then we can say that about that. And that was the man Oliver Goldsmith, the vicar of the Wakefield, the good-natured man, and he was also very sentimental, realism kind of the novel of the middle class people. And how to forget how female novelists, because due to that time they under the pen name or pseudonym, and they have to write down Sarah Fielding, Emily, Evelyn, and these are they have to write down the literary work, and their work also popular not only in the England but also in France and Spain and many other countries. In the 19th century, the most prominent writer is the Charles Dickens, and there was, you can also give the answer of that. Those are the group of the people who call that what is the role of the novel in development of the countries and the progress of the youth. His novels, Great Expectation, Hard Times, Tale of the Two Cities, Big Paper, and many others novels, we can have to say that these have to put the compulsion, Oliver Twist, how can I forget Oliver Twist, they put the compulsion, the government to reform the social law, educational law, industrial law, and these are the impact of the, and he was the Charles Dickens was the master of the art of characterization and plot construction. And then we can come to the, and then also development of Gothic novels, and we can say the historical novel by the Sir Walter Scott, father of the historical novel, Sir Walter Scott, Gothic novel by Horace Walpole, and these are the Mary Steenstein, and these are the writers who can develop the Gothic novels, historical novel, and then develop the psychological novel in 20th century. Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, To the Lighthouse, the Jacob Rooms, or James Joyce, Ulysses, and we can say the portrait of the young man. These are the portrait of the young man as an artist. These are the work who contributed in the 20th century. And now going on the development, then many other writers, just we have to mention the very few. Okay friend, you easily understand it and enjoy the history of the development of the novel. Okay, thank you. Goodbye my dear friends.